Hi everyone, it's Steph. This is the last Facebook Live post that I'm going to be doing for the year because of a promise that I have kept to myself for 14 years. And I'm going to share that with you today because it's really appropriate to the season and thinking about the new year. And the promise that I made to myself when I started my practice back in 2006 was that every year I would take off the last 2 weeks of the year for the holidays to just enjoy the holidays, to get some rest, and to kind of catch up with myself. And this has really transformed how I start the new year, because my previous ritual, and see if this sounds familiar, is I would run around like crazy trying to get everything sewn up at the end of the year for work. Make sure all the clients were taken care of, make sure all of my coworkers were taken care of, like what needed to be done so that nobody was left hanging and I could take a few days off with a clear conscience. So you run around doing that. And then you run around buying gifts for every last human being you've ever come in contact with, regardless of how frequently you actually see them, because you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings thinking that they're left off of your Christmas list. So you run around doing that. And then you're baking cookies, and then you're decorating the house, and. So instead of this being a time of year where the days are shorter and there's less sunlight and we're moving a little more slowly, and kind of taking my cues from that and getting some rest and a little bit of downtime, I would just amp everything into overdrive and start the new year completely depleted. So I promised myself when I started my own business, I had a little bit more control over my own schedule, that I was going to break that habit. And so for 14 years, I have taken that time off. I have fun with my friends and my family. I am much more realistic about who I give gifts to, which not only has saved me time, but like my budget is so much more realistic this time of year. And I'm kind of ruthless about how I spend my time around the holidays. I only obligate myself to things that I deeply want to do, and I honor the fact that I need the rest of the time to just rest. And this year, certainly more than any other year, I think people could really use just a little time and a little space to not have to pivot, to not have to adapt or adjust or react or respond in some way. I notice that with a lot of people, our nervous systems are just kind of on this twitch muscle response because of everything that's just been thrown at us this year. So I really encourage you, try and get some rest. Even if you're not in a position to take off 2 full weeks, Christmas is on a Friday, New Year's is on a Friday. Try and stretch it into a long weekend if you can. If you can take off between Christmas and New Year's, let's face it, nobody's really making substantial decisions during that 1 week of the year. Take your foot off the gas. Take a nap. Make a cup of tea. Do a crossword puzzle. Watch that movie that you've been wanting to watch. You need rest. Everyone does. And we make better decisions when we are rested. It's better for our creativity. It's usually better for our budget because we're not just throwing money to solve problems. We're actually thinking our way through those problems. Rest and relaxation has a lot of ripple effects, not just on your mental, your emotional, and physical health. And that should be enough of an incentive. But if you need even more, it has a ripple effect on your creativity, your finances, your business decisions, your relationships, and everything. So take a break. Be at peace with where things are at. They are only going to get better from here. You have a whole year stretched out in front of you. That's this beautiful clean slate, and you can paint on it any way that you want. So get some rest, take a breath, enjoy your holidays, whatever they may be, and I will see you next year. Thank you.